Hi, I'm David Thomas with ShelbyvilleNow.com. I have with me today Mr. Wally Cartwright. He's the mayor of Shelbyville. And Mr. Cartwright, we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to us today just for a few minutes. But I had a few questions, and there might be a few things you'd like to share with the people of Shelbyville and surrounding areas. First of all, I'd just like to ask you, what challenges do you see coming down the road for Shelbyville in this area over the next few years?
Well, really getting the people educated to do the jobs that we have that are available for them to do. We have, well, I'm going to tell you, we have Calsonic, that's making an expansion, they're buying $26 million worth of new equipment. You might have noticed that in the paper the other day.
Right.
But we've given them a pilot program, so they're tax exempt for 3 years, and then it starts 10% and creates taxes from there on up till it comes out in 15 years. But the jobs that they have, we don't have the people to fill the jobs.
Wow. And
they're having to go out of town to get people to come in to fill the jobs. And it's, education is an important factor of our community. And we really need to get our children mindset to, get educated, get a good education behind you where you can fill these jobs that are available. People are going out of town to get jobs, but we have a lot of problems here, not just with education, but we have a lot of people that can't pass the drug test. That's a big problem that we have in this city, is drugs. And I'd like to see that the drugs are shy on somewhere or another. I'd like to see that done. We might be getting off of.
Well, that's a challenge. All these things you're talking about is a challenge.
It's a challenge. And I noticed at the end of the year, we had 5 other pilot programs. I can't say anything about that, but we had a plant that's got a $5.2 million. They're going to do it with new equipment. We've got one with a $1.1 million, one with a $2.1 million, one with a, what did I say, 5.2. But anyhow, we had 5 that's got a pilot program for the new equipment, new expansions. And we haven't heard anything from them, and we don't make that announcement. It's up to the companies to make their announcement. If they want it known, they'll tell it. But a lot of companies don't make announcements because they don't want their competitor to know what they're doing.
Right.
And so that's it's undercover, but it's great that we're seeing these expansions and all in these companies.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Well, that's going to be a positive for Shelbyville, no doubt.
Right.
One other thing. What about the financial situation right now with Shelbyville? It sounds like, after we talked a little earlier ago, that things are looking okay at this point.
Well, on our budget, we're running about level. We're doing pretty good, and we, like I say, we've had some sales tax issues. We're not getting all the sales tax we felt like we were due, and with Jamie and Jay working after it with the state people, we found out it was coded wrong, and Sevier County was getting some of our sales tax dollars, about $27,000 worth of it. So Sevier County has been notified that they'll be not receiving the monies that they've been having. We're going to get the $27,000 back, but there's 6 or 7 other communities that are, we think, that's getting some of our sales tax dollars too. If we can get those back in here, that's going to help us even more. But right now, it's a tight budget. We're running on a tight budget, but everything's working good at the present. We're holding that level.
Well, good.
Yeah,
one other thing that I've noticed on our website, we have a poll up about what makes real news, and the #1 topic that has been selected is the walking horse industry. And one thing that over the past few years people might notice is that the community involvement seems to be decreasing some there. What can we do as a community to try to get back out there and support that thing? What can we do?
I'd like to see people start going to the shows and just getting behind the celebration, the celebration, and trying to put these shows on. Really, the celebration just provides a place for them, more or less, but it's the trainers and the owners and everything that really make the show, I think. And I think that we need to work with them and do the best job we can of promoting it and getting the people to attend and come and just be a part of it. And, you know, I like to, one of the things that I think that hurt us is when they came in back a few years ago and they went to the horse, you know, the stalls and everything, and they were just walking in, the government people were. And the trainers quit bringing the horses to the showground. Well, before that happened, during the day and during the celebration, all the time, that was a beehive of activity out there. There was nobody that stabled their horses off ground. Everybody brought them to the ground.
Right.
And they stabled them there night and day. It was a 24-hour round-the-clock deal for the celebration. And there was so much activity going on out there, the food booths and everything. We're making great money.
Right.
And that's where a lot of our money for our civic projects and all come from. So, you know, it's just been a disaster kind of in a way, I guess, the way I look at it, to not have those horses stabled on the ground. And what we do to get them back, I don't know.
Well,
but that's one of the problems I think that's caused it to kind of go down, because I know after the shows used to, when the show was over, you still having the show out in the warm-up
right.
match.
Yeah.
People stayed there and it was all night.
Yeah.
And then the next morning it was starting out, the guys was out there riding the horses, running them up.
Right.
People were there at 5 o'clock in the morning out there watching the horses.
If we can get that atmosphere back, it would change things.
It would.
All right, one other question I'm going to leave you with.
Yeah.
How much more time do you have on your term? And then after that, what does Mr. Cartwright do?
Well, I have till December, I guess. The new mayor will take office in December, and I'll be going to the House.
You're going to the House?
I think so.
You think so? You're not going to hang around up here?
I'm really not thinking
Okay.
that way right now. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to take off and go home.
All right.
I really enjoy it. It's something that I've always wanted to do, is just be a part, you know,
right.
of it. Because Uncle Wayne was the mayor.
Yeah.
Dad was, he served on the county commission. Uncle Thomas was the city commissioner, and you know, Uncle Percy.
Yeah.
A lot of my kinfolks and all were involved. And when I got in, I just wanted to be a small part, very small part, but I wanted to do something for the community if I could.
Right.
And I thought, you know, my granddaddy, of course, he was on the county commission for years. So
right.
And so I just thought, well, do something for the city. You've been here all your life. You ain't done anything for it. So see if you can do anything or try to help them. So that's what my goal was. Whether I've helped any or not, I don't know. I make a lot of meetings. Go to the meetings all the time, but we have, you know, it's just been a great experience for me, and I've really enjoyed it.
Well, we appreciate all the hard work that you've done over the years, and it's evident what's taking place in Shelbyville. I think we can all look back, even in the tough economic times, we can be proud of what's going on in Shelbyville, and you've been a big part of it.
Right.
And on behalf of the city of Shelbyville, I'd like to tell you thank you, and I thank you for your time this afternoon.
Well, yeah.
And
North Main.
North.
We want to talk about North Main.
Okay, well, let's talk about North Main. Tell us about North Main Street before we leave.
The North Main Street project was bid back in December, but the state rejected the bid on North Main. It did go ahead and let the one on 41A from Ross Road over to where they finished the last project. And that one was Highway Incorporated. Well, Highway Incorporated was a low bidder on North Main, but there was a discrepancy in the bid somewhere or another, so the state threw it out. They're going to rebid it. It bids in, they thought they was going to be able to bid it in February, but I think it's going to be in March. But just as soon as it's bid, it's going to be, you know, it'll probably be about 30 to 60 days before they get started once they get it bid again. Because they'll go through it with a fine-tooth comb again. And but when it goes into effect, it's going to be about a 2-year deal, being 3 phases from Kentucky Fried Chicken, 41A and 231, from there to Colorado, be a first phase. See, all the utilities, water, sewer, and gas are under the lanes that are in there now, and they've all got to be moved to the side. So it's going to take about 2 years to do this whole project.
We'll have to be patient for 2 to 3 years then.
It's a 2-lane, there's going to be 2 lanes going out, you know, and so Fairfield Pike and Green Lane are going to be loaded with traffic.
Right.
And it's going to be that people are going to have to really watch what they're doing, because it'll be some dangerous situations with all that traffic on these little narrow streets. So, but we're proud that we're got that in progress.
That will be a tremendous help, no doubt.
So hopefully we're going to get that going.
All righty, Mr. Mayor, we appreciate your time.
Yeah.
And we look forward to talking to you again real soon. You might have some updates for us.
We'll try. We hope so.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you, David. You're safe.